Welcome to our executive briefing, where we cut through the noise to bring you the most critical insights impacting your portfolio. This week, we are navigating a turbulent global landscape with significant headwinds emanating from both the US and Europe, while India's markets grapple with a major IT sector downturn and the anticipation of a landmark IPO. The Sensex slumped 800 points, with the Nifty falling below 23,950, triggered by a broad IT sell-off. This market volatility underscores the interconnectedness of global finance and the immediate repercussions of international corporate guidance. Stay tuned as we unravel the key triggers and potential opportunities. The Indian IT sector took a massive hit, with the Nifty IT index crashing 6% to a three-year low. This widespread panic was sparked by Accenture's latest earnings report, which signaled significant caution. Shares of Infosys, HCL Tech, and other major Indian IT companies plummeted up to 9%, with Infosys alone losing an estimated 40,000 crore rupees in minutes, hitting a new 52-week low. Accenture trimmed its revenue guidance, indicating weak bookings and raising fears about the impact of AI disruption on traditional IT services. This warning ignited a staggering 1.35 lakh crore rupee meltdown across Indian IT giants like TCS and Wipro, as investors reassessed the immediate growth prospects for the sector. Despite the immediate pain, some analysts, like Sandeep Agrawal, suggest that Indian IT may weather the AI storm in the long term, adapting to evolving client demands. The question now for investors is whether this dramatic dip presents a buying opportunity for quality IT stocks that have seen their valuations reset. This is a critical moment for the sector, as companies will need to demonstrate clear strategies for integrating AI and transforming their service offerings to regain investor confidence. The market is now closely watching how these firms navigate the shift from traditional services to AI-driven solutions. Switching gears, the much-anticipated NSE IPO is back on track, promising a potential windfall for existing shareholders like LIC, SBI, and Radhakishan Damani. This listing is expected to be a blockbuster event, reigniting discussions around its comparison with the Bombay Stock Exchange, BSE. Our analysis reveals key differences in financials, market share, and operating metrics between India's top exchanges. While the NSE is priced at a discount to BSE on some metrics, its larger market share and trading volumes make it a dominant player. However, it's advised that investors should not dump BSE shares simply to subscribe to NSE, highlighting distinct investment cases for both. The buzz around the NSE IPO has already had ripple effects. IFCI shares, for instance, recovered 6% after last session's crash, driven by the positive sentiment surrounding the NSE listing. Similarly, Niacre rose an impressive 26% in 6 sessions following the NSE's IPO DRHP filing. This highlights the immediate market reaction and potential for legacy investors and associated entities to benefit significantly once the IPO hits the market. Investors are closely scrutinizing the expected date, price, issue size, and grey market premium to gauge the potential returns. Beyond the IPO excitement, individual Indian stocks have shown diverse movements. Reliance Industries' share price gained 0.6% ahead of its 2026 AGM, where investors are keen to hear Mukesh Ambani's plans for Jio IPO, Reliance retail listing, and his AI strategy. Amber Enterprises shares rallied over 3% despite the broader market crash, propelled by a new manufacturing partnership with Oppo India. Multibagger Paras Defence shares rocketed 28% in just 3 sessions, reflecting strong market interest in the defence sector. MTR Technologies surged 5%, delivering multibagger returns of 138% in 3 months, showcasing its robust performance. And Horizon Reclaim India made a stellar debut, listing at a premium of 47% from its SME IPO price, signifying strong investor demand. On the macroeconomic front, India faces persistent foreign investor outflows. BFSI and oil and gas sectors bore the brunt as foreign investors pulled funds, raising concerns, particularly given that 70 emerging market funds remain underweight on India, representing a $320 billion danger if the sentiment doesn't reverse. However, amidst these challenges, India's consumption story appears to be re-emerging with renewed vigor. Ashi Anand notes that the timing couldn't be better for this resurgence, suggesting underlying strength in domestic demand. Furthermore, aluminium producers are poised to strike gold with firm prices, indicating a potential bright spot in the commodity-linked manufacturing sector. Shifting to global markets, Bitcoin remains under pressure near $62,500 amid Fed uncertainty and subdued institutional flows, falling back towards $60,000 on strategy shares and rate fears. AI euphoria, Fed signals, and oil politics are creating a complex tapestry, with David Roche warning that markets may be ignoring bigger risks. The Federal Reserve's stance continues to be a dominant factor, with disclosures revealing a stark contrast in transparency among top officials. This lack of clarity contributes to market jitters, influencing everything from cryptocurrencies to broader equity valuations. Geopolitics continues to heavily influence oil markets. Oil rebounded as postponed US-Iran talks tempered initial optimism over ceasefire progress. The US-Iran accord hit an early snag after Swiss talks failed to proceed as planned, causing Asian markets to fall as investors assess the durability of the peace deal. Despite some initial relief, central banks globally remain vigilant. The volatility in oil prices underscores the fragile balance of geopolitical developments and their immediate impact on global energy costs and inflationary pressures, keeping traders on edge. Precious metals have also seen significant movement. Gold prices dipped below 1.50 lakh rupees per 10 grams, and silver cracked 20,000 rupees per kilogram in 2 days. This decline is largely attributed to a strong dollar and persistent inflation worries, prompting many to question if it's time to sell. Meanwhile, the Japanese yen remains near a 40-year low despite the Bank of Japan's recent interest rate hike, highlighting deep-seated structural issues and a significant divergence in monetary policy compared to other major economies. In the broader emerging markets, MSCI isn't done yet with Indonesia, with a new report signaling continued concerns over market transparency, though an earlier report eased fears of a frontier market downgrade. For Vietnam, MSCI highlights low free float among many hurdles for its stocks. This scrutiny from MSCI has significant implications for capital flows into these regions. For India, with its recent FII outflows, the global perception of emerging markets' transparency and accessibility becomes even more critical for attracting and retaining foreign investment. In global corporate news, SpaceX continues its ambitious trajectory, with AI, growth, and investor expectations defining its next frontier. The sheer scale of money movement within SpaceX is staggering, showcasing its bonkers statistics and market impact. Elsewhere, Anthropic, a prominent AI firm, is making headlines with its co-founder and top economist discussing their research at the AI frontier and how they think about AI safety. These developments underline the relentless march of technological innovation and its potential to reshape industries and investor sentiment globally. The UK economy saw a surprising boost as retail sales bounced back. However, the political landscape is also drawing investor attention. Gilt traders are set to give their verdict on Andy Burnham's recent win in the Makerfield by-election. His victory, opening a path to challenging Prime Minister Keir Starmer, has already led to UK gilt yields jumping as borrowing rises and political uncertainty looms. UK bond yields climbed after Burnham's win and an oil price jump, renewing fiscal concerns. This demonstrates the immediate and profound impact of political shifts on national economies and investor confidence. As we close this briefing, the global financial landscape remains characterized by a delicate balance of opportunities and risks. From India's IT sector grappling with AI disruption and a monumental NSE IPO, to global markets navigating Fed uncertainty, geopolitical tensions, and the relentless advance of technology, careful analysis and strategic positioning are paramount. We encourage you to delve deeper into these stories, conduct your own due diligence, and consider how these macro trends and micro movements align with your investment objectives. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to bringing you more in-depth insights next time.